steak, tired of eating this pad thai.
Hello, guys. I'm Stafford.
And I'm Mike.
And this is Almost Canceled. And today we have
Peyton Meyer.
Peyton Meyer.
Fucking Meyer.
Joining us today, a long list of acting credits. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy early afternoon to come hang out with us.
Absolutely. Day drinking. Let's go.
Little day drink.
You look great, buddy.
You do look good.
Oh, I love you, man.
I
How
like
you guys
that
doing?
tattoo. What does that mean? Does it mean anything specific? Or?
It does. It's like
Okay.
a tribute to my people that have passed away.
I love that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's my tribute.
That's great.
It's always there.
Beautiful. That's beautiful.
I love it.
Because I see so much shit about Disney
That's why
coming up.
Yep.
And I've had a chance to meet Cole Sprouse a couple times. And me growing up, I used to watch The Sweet Life of Zach and Cody all the time.
Yeah.
Right? That was my shit. Like the breakfast table before on Saturday morning. But then to hear about all of these shows, about these networks like Disney, who had all this extra shit going on, or even like Ned's Declassified, all the sex they were having behind the scenes. What was it like for you just being a Disney kid, first and foremost? Let's talk about like the positives. Like, what was it like? Was it your first kind of acting?
Yeah, I mean, it was my first acting gig. When I came out to LA, I was 10 or 11 years old, and I was just doing modeling gigs. Just came out here for photo shoots and stuff like that, getting into the business. And then I sat down and I had a general with Disney, which was just, a meet and greet with the casting director and the casting president. What's going on? What do we have? And they met me, and actually the next day I had an audition for Girl Meets World. Mm-hmm. And the producer loved me and brought me back in.
Boy Meets World or Girl Meets World?
Girl Meets World.
I didn't even know. Okay.
Boy Meets World was the 90s, and then they rebooted it for us. So I was in the reboot, Girl Meets World.
Awesome.
So I ended up booking the show, and it was an opportunity of a lifetime.
Right.
But they didn't know which network it was going to be on yet. So it was either ABC Family at the time. Now it's Freeform, but it was ABC Family or Disney. And I was hoping, ABC, because that way they could cover, like Boy Meets World did, a lot of the older shit that would happen, so we could go through it. And then we heard that it was going to be on Disney, and I mean, as a 12, 13-year-old, it was like a dream come true to be on Disney Channel.
Of course.
Yeah. So I was like, you know what? This is a win-win. And obviously, I didn't realize how intense it would be. Because, I mean, I had always had a good head on my shoulders as a kid. But, I mean, you got to respect them because they're a big brand and they protect their brand. But a lot of people lose their mind in Disney because it's like having another set of parents and rules to follow.
Do they actually protect their brand, though? Because if you've seen lately...
Sorry, I don't know if you want to put that up there or not. Or
You
not.
want this up here?
I don't know. I don't know. Sorry.
Because what I've seen in the press lately is, and like Elon Musk said, is that Disney tries to force narratives that maybe not everyone agrees with. But to go back, to working with them, like, how was it for you to work with Disney? Jesus, I mean, that is like...
You said a second set of parents.
Yeah.
It depends who you ask, because you ask someone else who was on Disney, they're going to have an entirely different perspective.
Right.
For me, I was incredibly grateful. They gave me a job.
Of course. At the
They
end of the
let
day.
me do what I love to do.
Right.
For 4 years.
Yeah.
It was an experience of a lifetime. So I was always grateful, but you could ask even one of my cast members, and it was a horrible experience. I was like, how? We're on the same show. This is what's going on. And I realized it was completely perspective, but I also had a good head on my shoulders and viewed it as a chance to be grateful. Like, I'm working, I'm getting paid to do what I love.
Yeah. On Disney.
On Disney.
It's insane.
Yeah. But they hated the image of Disney.
Why?
So it was more so on them rather
Yeah. Because then forever, they have this stigma that you're forever a Disney kid.
Right.
Which you kind of are.
Okay,
Like, it sticks with you. 10 years later, it's still with me.
Peyton, let's talk about the Disney people, right? We have Ryan Gosling.
Yes.
Mickey Mouse at Clubhouse, that's right.
Yep.
We have Justin Timberlake.
Timberlake. Yep.
We have Britney Spears.
Yep.
You have
We
Ariana
have
Grande.
Christina Aguilera.
Ariana Grande. Christina.
I mean,
Yep.
I think they're all doing okay besides
But
Britney.
you all, there's yin and yang, right? There's both sides. It's like
Yeah.
you have like those people who have become incredibly successful, and you have people who kind of, as you said, go crazy. Not to use that because that's not a good way to describe the situation, but who just had so much pressure on their shoulders, perhaps.
Pressure. That's what I mean by second set of parents, because there's, and like you said, like Disney's going into a whole new branding aspect, but name a company that large that isn't.
So Peyton is one of my best friends.
Yes,
Love you, bro. Thanks for
Love you,
being
dude.
here.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
I want to ask you a little bit of a funny question.
What you got? Fire
Sex
away.
tape
Oh, God.
I'm gonna let you lead.
This is the first I'm hearing of this. By the way.
So Michael,
I don't know if that gives you peace or grace or whatever. This is the first I'm hearing of this.
Yeah.
Oh man. So I don't think I ever publicly spoke about it. So
How did it happen?
yeah, so this thing happened. The tape leaked, right? And I called my team. This was my first response. That's what they're there for. I called my team. I had a movie coming out on Netflix about 3 months later.
Which movie?
It was called He's All That.
Oh, with Addison Rae.
Yes.
I love that.
So I had a movie coming out in like 3 months, and I wanted to get on top of this because it was leaked. It was all over the internet. I was like, hey, guys, we got to take care of this. They were like, no problem. We'll take care of it. I was like, great. Mm-hmm. The movie came out, and the tape just exploded.
Yeah.
Like in 24 hours, there was like 35 million views on TikTok.
God, on TikTok. They put this on TikTok?
Bro,
And you woke up to this?
The app for kids?
I woke up.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah. So I woke up to it, and I thought it was so weird that it was TikTok, because TikTok has such a strict algorithm about what's allowed on there and what's not. Mm-hmm. Like you could post a TikTok and have a couple bad words in there, or like they'll take it down. It gets taken off immediately. So I was so surprised to hear that it was TikTok that was blowing up on TikTok.
Yeah.
But like it happened.
Yeah.
And I made some mistakes, but I honestly disappeared.
Yeah. Can you tell us?
I got hit. I put the phone down 4 or 5 weeks and just left. I was like, you know what? Let me put this away and let me get away from this situation. Because it was like, once 40 million plus people watch you have sex, like caring goes
40
out
million
the window.
people watching you have sex.
It goes out the window. Like you're just like,
oh my
it was
God.
such a weird feeling to process.
You just probably felt like, I can't even imagine how you felt.
It
How do
was
you feel?
strange.
How do you feel like now, today?
Yeah.
Like, well, first of all, are you okay? Like,
Absolutely.
Let me ask you that. You and the
Absolutely.
person involved, like, I'm sure you had conversation.
Yes.
I don't know
And
how it got leaked, but like, are you guys okay? Like, have you?
So during the process of it was an absolute shit show.
Sure.
It was an absolute shit show. But the craziest part about it was that I had, I think, only one person reach out to ask, how are you?
Oh man.
Because I think everyone was a little, like, they didn't want me to know that, like, they saw it. Like, so no one, they felt that embarrassment to,
Sure.
like, check in. But only hearing from one person for,
Yeah.
like, 5 weeks. When I got my phone back and not having a bunch of missed calls or texts or anything, I realized I obviously had to rearrange the people in my life.
Mm-hmm.
But it really showed me how alone you are when
I
you
hate
have to
that feeling
deal
for
with
you.
shit.
I hate that feeling.
It was a blessing, though. It was the hardest time of my life, but honestly, going through some like really hard shit like that, you learn a lot. And I would have never left 80% of the people that I was around if I wouldn't have seen the truth.
Maybe good, maybe bad. You know.
That's what I mean.
Blessing in disguise.
It was a blessing in disguise.
Quite
It
the disguise,
rearranged-
though.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Fucked up
40 million
disguise.
views.
God damn.
How did it personally? I like the no phone thing.
Yeah.
Dealing
Get
with
the fuck
taking
away.
a break, get a good mindset. How did it affect your work?
Well, it didn't do what it did for Kim K.
I don't think it's done what.
It did not fucking do what it did for her.
Shout out to Kim K.
But, I think it's different because I don't know if anyone's really talked about it that often because it's such a strange topic, but a sex tape leaking for a guy is way different than it is for a girl. Because, like, for a guy, it's like, I don't even know really how to describe it. I mean, it's like,
Shameful.
yeah, it's like a really strange, like,
I don't even know how you. It's to wrap my head around 40 million people watching me have sex on camera is just insane to me.
Because I've had it happen to a buddy of mine as well before I knew him, but it happened to him. And he talks a very similar story. Like, I just wanted to get away from everything. I kind of went in on myself.
yeah.
It's very alone, I'm sure.
Yep, very.
God damn.
How did it affect your mental health?
Well, not a lot of people. I mean, there are a lot of people, but not too many have to deal with those vicious like TikTok cycles or social media attacks. You know what I mean? They happen, and people don't understand what happens to that person that's in that attack.
Right.
But me getting away from it was amazing. But what it did to my mental health of it was I had to deal with that battle of being alone. And going through that, like I had never let something hit me before. I'd always been able to just, wear it, move on, wear it, move on, find the positive.
Brush it
Let's
off.
go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
This was the first thing that put me on the ground. This was the first thing that was like, damn, this might have fucked up my life.
I feel like as a man, right, it's like you have to protect the female in the sex tape
Absolutely.
along with yourself.
Yes.
So how did you go about, I guess, protecting yourself, but also protecting her?
That had to be the hardest part of it.
Right.
Because I know that, like, no matter what challenges I face, I'll be okay. Always. But not being able to, like, also control her mind of, like, we're good. Because I can say we're good and be there in security as much as I want, but she's going to have her own thoughts, her own insecurities, her own mind.
Right.
And she got hit, I think, way harder than I did because she was going through some other stuff as well. So it was like slam, slam, slam on her, and it was like such a bad time. So most of my time was spent putting the phone away for both of us and just spending time together and forgetting that it happened.
I mean, that's such a positive.
And I think it was so much worse for us because this shows you how fucked up minds are. Because I think it was so much worse in our mind than it really was. Because when you're looking through like social media or something bad is happening, you're only seeing those negative things that are coming out. And it runs in your head over and over again.
Yeah.
Whereas the thing blew over in 2 weeks and no one was thinking about it. But it affected us for 4 months.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was strange.
Circling back to Disney, how do you feel? Because I know we talked about the stigma. Everyone talks about the stigma of being a Disney kid forever once you're on. How do you kind of move forward and breaking that negative stigma, or do you view it as a negative stigma? I think you're grateful. to
Yeah,
have
grateful.
Disney.
I don't view it as negative at all. When you want to do, as an artist, like when you want to do more matured projects, it makes it a lot harder because people can't see you in that light. And maybe the audience can, but the people in charge of the projects, producers, directors, they don't want the Disney image attached because they're like, we're trying to make a raw film. Right? We're
Right.
trying to make a dark, like Euphoria. Like they want a dark
That was Disney?
project. No.
Oh,
It's HBO.
okay. Sorry.
But projects like that are
Right.
so inspired. Like I want to do like more. The thing I love about Euphoria is it covers such realistic. Well, you have. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how long have you been in LA?
6 years.
6 years. Okay, cool. So I was here for about 10 years, and then I got out of here once halfway through COVID. I got out of the city. But you live in a completely different experience of LA than we do.
I challenge you to meditate in the morning.
Okay.
Before you start your day, before you pick up your phone. 10 minutes.
What is your process?
When I wake up, if I have the time, I wake up and I meditate for 10 minutes.
What does that mean, meditate? Like, do you have an app or?
I sit and I just try to find stillness. You try to find, like, the act of meditation, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's just being able to be present, the most present you can be, by blocking out everything else.
And feeling everything. Embracing feelings?
Yeah, kinda. Yeah,
Okay.
to a degree. So like, I'll wake up, my alarm will go off. I say, fuck.
Yeah.
You
God
know,
damn
'cause it's
it.
usually like 3:45 or 4, getting
Yeah.
ready for work. And then, you sit on the edge of the bed or you sit on the floor, wherever you may, find yourself. And it's just, you focus on your breathing. You slow everything down. So you slow everything down. You get some deep breaths in you. Then that way you start your day just much more peaceful. I
Like
find
centered.
whenever, centered. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. I find whenever I have the time to meditate and then go do a workout and then go to work, my days are better. I'm
Hell yeah.
happy when I'm walking on the set. Like, hey, how you doing? Good
Yeah.
to see you. Yada yada yada.
Your battery's charged.
Even more so than if I didn't sleep very well that night. It's just because I'm calm, I'm still, I'm present.
Let me ask you guys, both being successful actors and spending 10 plus hours on set, like that's got to be fucking draining, boys, no?
Unequivocally, yeah, absolutely.
It's a weird draining too, because like we're not laying asphalt.
No, we are not.
I'm
It's a
not
me- it's a
hammering-
mental drain, no?
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's not
Emotional,
physical.
mental.
It's not a physical labor, but it is a spiritual and mental battle,
It's gonna
and
take
it
it out of you.
drains you.
Yeah.
Because you're constantly like the problem with set is that you'll be calm and like it's really slow. So like you're sitting around for a little while. They're changing cameras. You're changing outfits, makeup, whatever it is, lunch. It's slow, and then it goes very quickly. So you constantly have to deal with like during the low times being able to keep your energy up to be able to go again.
and then get into fucking character.
And going again. Yeah.
Hurry up and wait is the famous.
Hurry up and wait.
saying.
Hurry up and
I've
wait.
heard that.
Yeah.
Okay, how about this? Have you guys ever done sex scenes on camera? And if so, what the fuck is that like?
Not a. Oh, I have.
Sorry, whoever that
Hey,
partner was.
It's not as. Here's the thing. It's not as sexual as you think.
Right.
Everybody.
Explain that to them, please.
Well, what I mean by that is look at how many people are here in this room.
Right.
Right. Imagine a set. You have 2 cameras
Hi,
at
Georgia.
least. You got 2 camera. Hi, Georgia. You got 2 camera operators. You got a grip on each camera.
Yeah.
You got 2 boom mics operated by 2 gentlemen or 2 women, whatever, and then you have your director somewhere nearby. So even if it's a closed set, you're never really alone.
There's still 30 people.
There's still plenty of people there. So if you're in character and you're thrusting and busting,
Yeah.
in on a scene or whatever,
Yeah.
it's never actually it's not sexy ever.
I dated an actress, and she was telling me, and I'm not a jealous guy, but I was like, what's it like? And she's like, it is the most uncomfortable position I've ever been in. And correct me if I'm wrong, guys, they will tell you where to put your hands.
They have a sex coordinator.
It's insane.
Like, it's like a dance.
Yeah.
It's a choreographed.
Right.
Thank you. Yeah, it's choreographed. So you have somebody who'll come in, and if you and I have a sex scene, this person will come
Relax.
in and say, this person will come in and say, okay, so at the start of the scene, you're gonna have some soft, passionate kisses, and then it's gonna intensify, and then Michael, you're gonna put your hand over here on the small of Stafford's back. Stafford, you're gonna put the hand over here, yada yada. So it's all choreographed.
I don't like that.
And again, if you have a good reputation with your co-star or whoever it is you're working with, whether it's a series or film, and you say to them, I want to improvise a little bit, like if we get into it and I put my hands not in the small of your back, but on your right shoulder.
Maybe on your butt.
Maybe. But again,
Yeah.
it's like that's something that has to be talked about before.
Right.
Like another unspoken rule for all you actors out here, don't put your tongue in anybody's mouth unless you've talked about it.
Fair.
Because that's happened to me. And it's like, I didn't want your tongue in my mouth, babes.
Yeah.
I didn't want it in there.
Yeah, get it
Didn't
out of
want
my
it in
mouth.
my mouth,
That's
babes.
not what we talked about.
You know? Because it's
Yeah.
like, my character one season had like he was like on a roll, if you will. He had been broken up with, and so he was down bad and was just hooked
On
up
All
with people.
American?
On All American.
Yeah.
And it was like, I remember one day there was like 5 extras that I had to kiss in different scenes.
Jesus, naughty boy.
What are we doing? Like, I was like, I wish I could have gotten some approval. Like,
Yeah.
like I just got the script. It was like kiss, kiss, kiss.
They just
Like,
throw it on you.
I didn't know these women.
Yeah.
I met them that day. Hey, nice to meet you. I'm like, hey, I'm Sarah, whatever the fuck. And it's like you're kissing, and and you're doing multiple takes.
Yeah.
It's not like you do a scene once. You do a scene at least 10 times.
Oh my God, I
Yeah,
couldn't
it's
do
For
that.
all the
10
angles.
10 or 15
All the
times, yeah,
angles.
Jesus,
you know?
Lord in heaven, God bless you.
Let me ask you, were you in a relationship during this?
I have during the kissing scenes. or-
During any sort of
Yeah.
on-set?
I have been off and on. Yes, I have been in a relationship during those moments, and I am always thinking about my partner.
What happened?
What a guy.
Yeah,
That's a
because
good guy right there.
because it's a tricky situation to balance. Because that's our line of work. Like we can't write what's in the script.
No.
Oh, you guys are being told what to do.
Yeah, I
Oh.
book a role that's like great. There's a makeout scene or a sex scene, but like when you're in a relationship, it's hard to explain that to someone
It
that's
is.
not an actor because it's like, I'm only gonna be thinking about you.
Right.
During
Which
the
maybe is
process.
worse
It's
Yeah.
way worse.
if
Yeah.
you tell them that.
Yes.
Because the first girlfriend that I dated when I was out here, she watched the show.
What was her
And
line of work? Was she?
She was a nurse.
She was not.
She was
part
not
of the
involved
whole
in it at
bubble
all.
of shit.
But she watched the show and she was just like, it made me feel a little uncomfortable, but I understand it's what your job was. And I was like, I'm so glad you understand. This is a friend of mine. I've known her for years. Like,
but
we've been on the same
did she
show.
actually understand?
Listen, I take everyone's word.
Fair.
Like, say what you mean what you say. And if
Great.
she didn't actually mean it, then low key that's on her.
Fair. I
But
love
she
that.
didn't. She wouldn't. We wouldn't start fights over anything like that. Now, the most recent person I was in a relationship with, she hated it. She hated it, and she made me feel bad every single time.
What was her line of work?
An accountant,
Yeah, I mean, fuck. I mean,
finance. And it was like, and again, she knew. And the thing is this: it's not like I said to her, I'm a dry cleaner. By the way, that's my line of work. And then all of a sudden, she turns on the TV or on TikTok and sees me making out with a girl. That would be shitty.
Yeah.
But I was like, hey, you know what I do. You've known me since high school. You've seen the show. You know, you've met the person who I'm making out with because I wanted you guys to kind of have an understanding of like, this is my best friend on set.
Yep.
We don't cross any boundaries. She's in a relationship as well, the same way I'm in a relationship with you. Still didn't stick. and I was the bad guy. And I was like, babe, I don't know what you want me to do. The same to your point. Like, I don't write the script. The script comes to me. I have to do what's on it.
Yeah.
I have to bring it to life.
Yep.
That's
Right.
my job. That's what I signed on to do.
Yeah.
Right.
But that was a constant battle with that particular that partner.
Well, you
unfortunately.
even see what we're talking about right now. The people fail who are huge doing this. I mean, you look at Brad Pitt,
Yeah.
Angelina Jolie, Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Right.
They got together on set. He was dating Jennifer Aniston.
I hate that. It's just it drives me crazy that it's such a how do I position this without being an asshole? You're told to have chemistry on camera, but it's sometimes hard to shut it off camera. Fair? Like
Touché.
Peyton, when you did that movie, like I've known Peyton for years, and Peyton is one of the most humble, nicest fucking guys, very similar to Michael actually. And you guys, he did this movie with Addison Rae where it was what She's All That.
Yeah, he's all that.
He's all
Sorry,
that.
He's All That.
Yep.
And you had to be this like, excuse me, douchebag of a
Absolutely
guy.
douchebag. Yep.
By the way, you looked great, shredded,
brother.
fantastic.
I do remember seeing you in
Great
there.
tan and highlights. I loved it. But how did you like get into fucking character for that? Because that is not you at all.
Drinking.
Drinking. What do you mean?
So when I auditioned for this, so this was COVID had just hit, right? It was like maybe June or July. So we were about 3 or 4 months. COVID was still really present. The acting process changed. It went to online. So they were like, hey, we're going to do a Zoom with you and the director, and you're going to read for this role. And I was like, man, I don't sing, I don't dance, and this dude's shirtless for 80% of the script. This is like not what I want to play. This is not what I'm looking for.
I don't think you had a shirt on the entire movie.
No. No.
No.
And it was, we filmed October, November. So like those late night shoots when we would go overnight, like starting at
Freezing.
Starting at 10 p.m. going overnight, and I'm the only one shirtless, and I'm just sitting there shivering. But anyways, the point is, when I was auditioning, I sat down and I was like, wow, we're doing a Zoom. I don't even have to deal with the room. Like everyone's sitting there and all the questions and stuff. This is just me. Like, how am I gonna make this like work? And I think it was because I didn't think I wanted the role anyways, that I just didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm reading the script. The dude's drinking. The dude's shirtless. I'm like, all right. I wake up 7:38 a.m. and the audition's at like 9. I go, you know what? I'm gonna drive to the gas station. I'm gonna go buy a pack of White Claws.
Oh my god.
Because
White Claw was your drink of choice?
he's drinking a White Claw. So
There
I
we
said,
go.
let me actually do this. Because I like doing what my character is doing, right?
Right.
If I don't know, he's smoking a cigarette, I like to smoke a cigarette before I start. I always like to get the taste of
Very
the
Leo of
character.
you.
Yeah. But I went, grabbed a White Claw, had 2 or 3 of them, and then I poured a shot of tequila. Started the audition, said hello, took my shirt off, took a shot of tequila, and was sipping my White Claw during my audition.
I fucking love that.
Did not
That's so
give
good.
a fuck at all.
Sure.
They're
at
like,
all.
you got the part, Peyton. Let's fucking go.
Let's go. Well, I didn't realize when I got on set, when they hired me, they were like, you got the job. Because he was cracking up, like right off the bat, because I was like, listen, any other circumstance, this would not work. But the character is such a douchebag
Such
that
a
I was
douchebag.
like, I can't overdo it. Let him pull me back, but I can't overdo it. Let's
yeah.
go ahead and go in on this. And we're not in an audition room. If I was in an audition room, I wouldn't have done that.
Right.
So I took advantage of the fact that I was in my own living room, and I did it right in my kitchen.
Yeah.
I just didn't care. I started the laptop and said, let's go. This is stupid. Why are we doing this over Zoom?
It's one of the
I've
few
never seen
positives
this.
to like the Zoom audition.
Yeah, I was like, fuck it. I don't care.
Are you able to jump into that character and jump right out of it?
No.
Okay.
It took me a little while to get into that mindset. But right when we wrapped, he was gone. I let him walk out the door.
Yeah.
Like, I lived in that character for that entire filming process.
That's fucking
like, even when I
crazy.
went home, and it was tough to balance because COVID, we couldn't go out. Like, LA was shut down. So during the filming process, like, I would have loved to like go out to the club.
Oh,
and,
it
like
filmed in
live
LA?
in this character.
I didn't know
Yeah,
it
we
filmed
filmed
in
in the Palisades.
Okay.
And I would have loved to like dive deeper into the character and have more fun with him and like go out to the club at night after I got done shooting and like go have fun. But I couldn't do anything, so I was just locked in my house. And we were under contract that you can only be in your home and drive to set.
That's fucking
You
terrible.
cannot speak to anyone. You cannot do anything. I was getting COVID tested 4 days a week.
Yeah.
Like that, and like we always talk about mental health, right, Michael? So like, how the fuck did that affect your mental health? Driving from set, going to douchebag character, and driving straight home and not being able to see.
So you exercised at home.
God Almighty.
At home.
Yeah.
Yep. And I brought stuff for set, of course, but I let myself lose it while I was there because I was like, it was such a short production because of COVID. It was like 29 days or something like that. So we were shooting long hours. We were like, we had to fit it in to the day. But honestly, when he walked out, the reason my character walked out of my head so quickly is because I love to read. My mental health revolves around my reading schedule. Can I read? How much time can I have to read today?
What are you reading? By the way, this is a selfish question. This is for me. I want to know.
All kinds of shit.
Like?
Currently, I'll tell you what I'm currently reading. It's more stoicism type of books. So there's an author called Ryan Holiday. Great author. Great author. But this book, actually, because I was going through a tough time last year. Last year was one of the hardest years I've ever had in my life. So I had my son's almost 2, but I had a baby and was going through a tough time, and I was also going through a divorce. So like last year was my tested year, and I wasn't reading. About 4 months ago, I got a bunch of books and started reading, and it just completely flipped my mind. But this book is called The Obstacle is the Way.
The obstacle is the way.
The obstacle is the way. And it's insane how much things that we have heard before over and over again. Like it's so simple of knowledge, but hearing it and sitting, like you said, meditating, I feel like I'm meditating when I'm reading because I'm quiet. It gives my brain something to focus on that is present. I have to look at the words, I have to comprehend them, and I have to be here. Because if I'm anywhere else, if I'm thinking about other things or anything, I won't understand what I'm reading.
You got to read the page 5 times.
I have to read,
Yeah.
so it puts me immediately into a meditative state. Because I'm a big fan, like you talk about going to the gym. That's your place. I think mental health has to be worked on like going to the gym.
Yeah. I mean, bro, when I don't work out, I have a harder time. And I'm not sitting there like lifting heavy weights. It's just like the action of feeling something, right?
Yeah.
Makes me feel better for
Making
me
your heart
personally.
pump, yeah.
Yeah. Like getting that like chemical feeling that your body does when you lift weights and you strain yourself, and it makes me feel more alive and having a purpose. Which is why. So like, is that the same for you when you read books? Does it make you feel like yourself again?
I still have like I got to go work out my body, but I have my like 3. I have my meditate, I have my read, and I have my physical, my gym. I have to complete those on a daily basis in some form, even if it's just read the page.
Yeah.
Read one page and just, okay, that's all we could get in today. But I made myself, the best thing I did for my mental health was I made contracts. And I actually wrote them down and signed it. So I made myself a contract that I have to do this every single day. And whatever my things are, sometimes it's like an ice plunge. I did an ice plunge for the week, so I'll create a new one every like Sunday or Monday. I'll write down 3 or 4 things that I have to fucking do, and I'll sign it. And I'll make myself a deal. If I do not do this, I have to break my phone. I'll make a
What? Sorry,
I'll
what?
make,
Sorry.
I swear to you,
Yeah.
I will make a consequence for myself because I have to hold myself accountable.
I like the
My
idea.
word is really important to myself because if you ignore what deals you make with yourself, you're going to get fucked up in all areas of your life. You're not going to be able to stay focused on the things that you need to do.
That's big.
It's important for me. It's what works for me.
I love that.
But, you know.
I love the idea of the contracts, and yes,
Yeah.
if you follow your word, like be what you say what you mean. Like I said earlier, like obviously that builds that self-respect and just overall confidence. But break your phone? I mean,
Bro, I would
That's an
do
expensive
wild
day.
shit. Whatever it is.
I'd be like-
Whatever is important to me, I'll have to hold myself accountable because I'm like, guess what? I haven't broken my phone.
When you
yet.
when you break your phone, is it like a hammer? Is
I-
it like throwing it
how
out the car?
does
Like
one
how do you
break
do,
their phone
right.
by choice?
I haven't
Exactly.
broken it yet.
No
if
way.
you had
Why?
to do it,
Because I don't want to go through the.
But if you had to do it, like
I don't
Michael
want to go
said,
through the process.
no, nobody does. Of course,
Yeah.
that's why you're gonna. That's where you're
That's
gonna.
why you're
do,
gonna
you're
do
gonna
what
sign
you
the
say you're
contract.
gonna do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I love that. I love the concept. But let's say you did. How would you do it? If Dream World.
I would throw that shit as far as I could.
Off a building.
I would crow hop. I would go on a hike to the top of the mountain and crow hop and throw it as far as I could.
Would you put it on airplane mode first and like, get rid of like make sure the passcode's on so nobody can bust in there, or like what are we doing?
From past
Delete some
mistakes,
shit.
I would have to delete some shit.
I was gonna delete it all.
Some shit would have to be
Sync it to the
deleted.
cloud.
Yeah.
Get, make sure you got
See ya.
backups.
Yes.
And then throw it
and
into
then
the
launch.
ocean.
It's gone.
Cool. I like that one.
I would think I would.
I want a hammer.
I'd shoot it. I
wanna
think.
fucking
I would love to shoot it. Maybe that's like Midwest.
No,
of
no,
me,
that's good.
But I'd like to
That's
take
good.
my Glock and just shoot it.
I'm a hammer guy.
But I'd also make a content day out of it. I go buy a new phone before and
Right.
like
Yeah.
put up like slow mo camera. I'm like, I'm gonna get something out of this at the same time. Like
fair.
TikTok. Why
Fair.
not?
Let's go viral.
Oh man!
You know?
Speaking of case, you have a child. Didn't know that.
I do. I have. He's almost 2.
Fatherhood. How is that? How old are you, by the way?
I'm 25.
25.
Yeah.
Very mature 25-year-old, if I must say.
Yeah.
Do you want to do? Can we talk about your son?
Shit.
Yeah.
Sounded very yeah, a little bit. Talk about you and like this fatherhood, like
Yeah.
world, or-
I mean, dude, like, I have 2 lives.
sure.
I have the life that feels like a dream
Yeah.
before I had a child, and then the life after my son was born.
I've heard that.
And I wish, honestly, I had better preparation. Like, you can read books about it, you can think about how it's gonna be, but nothing prepares you for
what
what,
it actually
it's
is.
like.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm sorry, you are like their entire world. They rely on everything from you. Everything. You have to protect them. You have to keep them safe. And there's so many things that can hurt a baby.
Yeah.
They can die very easily. So your attention always has to be on them at all times.
Quick sidebar. Do you wish that babies came out the same way like deer or fawn came out? Like just ready to run.
Just ready to go.
Just like they have a little
Just
wobble
dropped
leg
out.
and then they're ready to like go and just
Good
chase.
question.
They know like they need to eat some berries and grass. Or do you kind of enjoy having to be that ultimate provider?
And teacher.
I think as hard as the process was, I wouldn't want to have it any other way.
God bless you.
Because it's the bonding time.
Not for me.
Yeah.
I'm the fucking uncle, dude. Here. You know?
Oh, he's crying. Here you go.
Yeah. That was
There you
fun.
go. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. It was a crazy awakening for me to have a kid. I always thought like in my friend group I was gonna be the last one to have a kid. I was like, nope, want nothing to do with it, none of it at all.
I've learned so much about you, man. So
In this
much.
30 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have too. It's the first time I met him.
I know it's the first time.
You walked up, I was like, man, he's mad familiar. I was like, have I met him before, like on a drunken night at the club? Or
You guys have definitely met, by the way.
We have met. I don't know
Sorry?
when or where.
Absolutely, Michael,
we've
you
been,
guys
I
have
think
met.
we've been in passing, but I don't think we've ever.
It was just
like,
quick what's up type
introduced-
shit.
Yeah,
In and out.
So okay, so I wasn't okay.
Yeah, that was there. There you go.
Oh wow.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Was it at the club?
Was it
I think it was at Melrose.
at Melrose?
Yeah.
No, there's
Yeah.
slim chance that I was sober.
Interesting.
Definitely not.
No.
I don't think any of us were very sober, but
Rarely when I walk out of there,
Yeah.
am I straight arrowed.
when Michael does his Irish exit, we never know when he leaves.
It just takes 1.5 lemon drops for me, and I'm ready to go.
He does love the lemon drops.
I love. What's your favorite drink?
There we go.
Whiskey.
Oh,
I love a good
What
old,
kind of whiskey
old
is it?
fashioned. If I had to, either Woodford or Basil. Basil Hayden.
Woodford. I had
Woodford
that on the
Reserve.
plane
Yeah.
last week.
Woodford's great. Basil
Yeah.
Hayden, I think, takes my favorite, but
You know,
I love a good whiskey.
I was dating this girl, and she drinks gin martinis.
Ooh.
And I had one fucking gin martini, my friends, and that was enough for me.
Yeah.
I mean, gin is a dangerous fucking
Yeah, it
drink.
is. Yep.
Whiskey, I love. It warms your body. Gin just makes you fucking shit-faced. I mean, there is no warmth about gin. It is drunk.
I've heard that.
We're no longer together, by the way.
Got it.
I've never had gin.
I recently tried it, and it just didn't sit well with me. Multiple reasons.
Yeah.
Do you guys have one liquor that you just don't mix well with? Like, it's going to be a bad night if you're drinking this. Like, I got vodka. I can't do vodka.
You get
Vodka?
Can't do
I
vodka.
hate vodka too, honestly.
I get in
vodka makes
fights.
me feel like
Yeah.
I'm dehydrated.
Okay.
Interesting. They all love me. I
They
love
all
them.
love me. That's a
Amen.
great answer.
Amen.
No, I think I have I'm never an angry drunk, which I love.
That's good.
Some of my friends
You're
drink
never
tequila.
angry in general.
I
You're
don't ever
just
get
a nice
angry.
guy.
I just
you know?
I just roll with the punches. Like, smack me in the face. I don't care. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
What about you? What's your favorite? Okay, whiskey, obviously. What drink doesn't sit with you besides vodka?
Vodka's the only one. Every single fight I've ever been in
Vodka?
is vodka. I can boil it down to vodka.
It makes you
It makes
enraged
me
or
angry. Yeah, for some reason, it's the only one that has the switch of like, and I've learned to stay away from it. It was high school. I was like, great.
Okay,
let's
I have a
not
question.
touch
I have
that.
a question for both of you. If you're going on a first date,
Okay.
what are you drinking? Wine, beer, mixed
Are we going to
cocktails?
dinner?
Dinner. Sorry. Yes, dinner date.
We're just getting coffee and I'm asking for a wine.
Right. She's like, who is this guy? Dinner. Let's say catch steak.
It's a great
Corner
restaurant.
booth.
I love Catch Steak.
Busy room. Our boys are over there.
I'm gonna get a lemon drop. I don't give a fuck.
There you go.
Lemon drop.
There you go.
I'm probably gonna I'm gonna take the wild guess that she most likely will like tequila as well. So I would want to be on the same vibe as her. So I would probably drink tequila.
But what kind of tequila drink is the question? Would you like a skinny marg? Possibly
Spicy margarita.
Espresso martini.
spicy margarita.
Ooh. We had espresso martinis last night.
I know. I can't drink those. Georgia was
You guys were all
forcing it
out
down
last
our-
night?
We were
Yes.
out.
So fuck me, right? I didn't get to call.
Why the fuck was he not there last
We had to
night?
film today. Fuck. I wasn't supposed to go out either. You guys fucked me up.
It's fine.
Jesus.
We talked about it all day.
I would have said, thanks.
Yeah, I already know. I knew. I was aware. This poor guy's
I was
been on
tired.
set 10
I was
hours a
tired.
fucking day every day this week.
tired. Yesterday was 18. It was cool.
What's the drink? I'm sorry. It's like a goblet and it's like copper color.
Oh, it's a
Mule?
Mule. Tequila mules are one of my favorite fucking
Really
drinks.
good.
So what are we drinking tonight?
Holy shit.
Georgia, what are we drinking tonight?
Oh, funny you say that.
We're drinking-
glasses over here.
We have it right here. Pour it up.
I will do that.
Watch it all fall out. Are we drinking Don Julio?
All right, Don Julio. Thank you, Georgia.
That's don't.
This is like
Are we shooting this or sipping this?
Sipping.
sipping. It's a sipping tequila.
We'll give it a
It
cheers.
tastes really good to just sip.
Rosado.
Rosado. It's the newer. It's the newest. So we're gonna finish up with this shot.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, Peyton, for hanging out.
Thank you
with
guys for
us.
having me. I appreciate it, man.
To 2024.
2024, boys.
To having just fun, peace, good vibes, all the continued health for you and your son,
Absolutely.
and all the work that you can imagine.
Strong mental health.
Strong mental health.
Yeah.
Strong mental health. Very important.
It's gonna be a big year.